This is the Kitchen Sink WP podcast, episode 584.
I program my own computer.
We have a server crash, 404 error, page not found, links aren't working, system is crashing, system is crashing, system is crashing.
Your old HTML website, barely alive. We have the technology. We have WordPress. A new website, better than it was before. Better, stronger, faster.
Hello, everybody. This is Adam Sylvie, host of the Kitchen Sink WP podcast. Thanks for being here. Let's get started. All right, upcoming events. We have one event next weekend, WordCamp Bilbao. It is May 9th through the 11th. It is in, if I'm not mistaken, that's Spain. Double check here. Yes, I believe it's Spain. Yes, so that was good. You should go. It should be an amazing conference, and if you see people that I might know, say hi for me, because I won't be there. I will actually be in Arizona still that weekend, wrapping things up from my next race. All right, that is it for upcoming events. Moving on, segment one in the news. One thing to talk about here, WordPress 6.8.1 was released. It's a maintenance release. It's a minor release with the 0.1. It included 15 bug fixes throughout core and the block editor. It addressed issues affecting multiple areas of multi-site, REST API, and I'll put a link in the show notes if you want to see the full list to the announcement on that. Is that it in the news? Yeah, that's it in the news. Pretty light news week. All right, moving on, segment two, the meat potatoes of this week's episode, and it's been 8 weeks, so it's time for listener Q&A, and we have, I think, 4 or 5 questions this time around, which is cool. So starting off this one with sent in by Art B. I think I know Art. Anyway, he asks, which of any, I'm messing up his question, but which, if any, image format is best, and do you use any compression tools to save space? Okay, that makes sense. Great question. Yes. There are pros and cons to all the different formats. Quick breakdown would be like the 3 popular ones would be right now: PNG, JPEG, and SVG. And to give you the background on these, JPG or JPEG, usually best for photos, images with many colors and different gradients. Compression is lossy, so it's smaller file size, but some quality is sacrificed. There is no transparency, not great for certain things, and not very easily scalable. So if you try to enlarge it or make it bigger, it will get pixelated. PNG, next up, best for logos, icons, UI elements, images that need transparency. So that way, if you want to have a clear background, a logo on white, it can do that. Good. It's also lossless, better quality, but bigger files than JPEG. It supports the transparency, and much better for sharp edge graphics than JPEGs. Lastly here, SVG. Best for logos, icons, illustrations, and animations. It's a vector-based, so it's infinitely scalable without losing in quality. Pretty cool. Extremely small file sizes and simple graphics. You can edit it with XML. It supports CSS and JavaScript for styling, animation, interactivity. It has a lot of functionality and features there, so it's kind of neat. So SVG is very powerful for web developers in general for graphics, because you can style it. You can change the fill, the stroke, apply hover effects, animate paths, etc. So I still pretty much go with mostly PNGs when I want to have a logo on top of something. I have not really dove into SVGs at all personally, and I use a lot of JPEGs. And in answer to your question, yes, I still use tiny PNG to do some optimizations once I'm done with an image if I want to use it on the website. Oh, lastly, little TLDR. Photographs, use JPEG. Transparent graphics, use PNG. Logos, icons, interactive elements, SVG. Pretty basic. But I still use, like I said, tiny PNG whenever I'm taking something out of Photoshop usually, and I'll run it over to tiny PNG and take it from there. All right, I hope that answers your question. Next one up is by Kari P. Whatever happened to your 12-week year? Ooh, well, short answer, not good. Longer answer, it turns out it was good to start. I started pretty strong with the group that we were kind of keeping ourselves accountable. But then, life, stress, just stuff in my own life, personal problems, I think. And I think looking back at it, probably bit off more than I could chew. I had too many things going on, and I was almost just trying to do it I don't know, it's hard to explain, but I don't know. I had too much going on in my 12-week year. I just did. So the group did a reboot for Q2. They started a little late, about a week and a half or 2 weeks late. Doesn't really matter when you start, but it's 12 weeks. I opted out. I decided, you know what? I'm still interested in it. I find the concept interesting in the process, but right now the time is not right for me. I have too much on my plate to not have to worry about kind of keeping up in that other way of an accountability. I mean, I need accountability, yes, we all do, but it wasn't the right time for me. So thanks for asking. Maybe I'll revisit it again next quarter. We'll see. All right. This one is by an anonymous. Are the tariffs affecting your pricing? Silly question. And sure, yes, they are. Okay, moving on. I don't know who sent that in. That's kind of funny. This one is sent in by Jen. I really enjoyed your recent episode about vibe coding. I've also recently heard something about vibe marketing. Can you explain what that is? Okay, Jen. Another good question. I also dug into this a little because I didn't know what you were talking about at first. I'm like, what? Oh, and I remember and I got thought about doing a full episode on this, but the short answer right now is the basic with vibe marketing is setting things up in an automated fashion to do marketing tasks for you that might include research, scraping data, creating documentation, and possibly even creating an email and sending out those emails to a mass audience to attract attention of a product or service you might be selling. That's what it is. So it's using tools that are out there already, like 8N8, I think is one of them, Replit, but using these tools that can do, I guess, funnels and emails and certain tasks, kind of like Zapier on steroids. I'm going to word it that way. And that is what vibe marketing is. It's setting up these AI agents to do certain tasks for you, ideally to get you your product or service more exposure and make sales. So that's the take on it. I'm kind of looking into it myself. It was a great question that got me thinking I might do a longer episode and talk about that as well. All right, last question here, sent in also another anonymous one. Are you going to WordCamp Europe? Ooh, it depends. It comes down to my wife's schedule, the costs. Getting there is relatively inexpensive. Staying can be harder. So if anyone's looking to sponsor my appearance or just want to hang out, let me know. Love to talk to you. Anyway, so thanks for the question, anonymous. Thanks for all the questions. Really do appreciate it. And that's it for the questions. Those are easy, relatively quick as well. So segment 3, tip and tool of the week. This one's cool. ThemeSwitcher Pro WebDev Studios put out this new plugin called ThemeSwitcher Pro. When I first heard about it, I didn't quite understand it at first, just on Twitter, seriously, on X, whatever you want to call it. But then I watched the video that Brad put out. It's really cool. You have to go check it out. It's not free. I have no connection to them right now at all. The pricing is $300 a year. Right now they're doing 50% off for the first 50 customers if you use a code at checkout. So like, I guess $150 for the first year. Really cool. I can definitely see the use case in having what it lets you do is have multiple themes running at the same time, which sounds crazy, but that way you can upgrade your site. Literally, like KitchensinkWP is in Beaver Builder, but it's getting old. I'm due for an update. I should redesign it. But if I wanted to use a block editor or block theme, I could use that on a certain page and kind of just do pieces of it moving forward. So ThemeSwitcher Pro, it's at ThemeSwitcher.com. So check that out. Pretty cool plugin. So neat stuff coming out. All right, that's it for this week. Nice and short episode. Let me wrap it up here. If you have any questions, go ahead, send it in via email, adam@kitchensinkwp.com, or use the SpeakPipe function of the website. If you want to support the show, you can become a patron, or you can buy me a coffee. Ways to do that on the site as well. Sponsor the show. That'd be amazing. Form that you need to fill out. Do that. I'll get right back to you. Thanks for listening. See you next week. Now go out and do some awesome things with WordPress. All right? Bye-bye.